What an absolutely crazy month it has been. Solo Leveling Arise absolutely soared, Wuthering Waves released and had its first week tracked, Genshin saw its lowest revenue in its history, Honkai Star Rail continues to be an absolute masterpiece. Hey, my name is Stix and welcome back to your monthly Gacha revenue recap, a video series where I recap how your favorite Gacha games are doing on a month-by-month basis. These stats are purely mobile, disregarding PC stats altogether. If you're interested in Gacha games releasing this month, then I have a video for you to try out. Or if this is your first time here, consider subscribing to the channel, hitting that little bell notification. That way you're made up to date with every single thing that I post, and I post every single day. Do not miss out. In this monthly recap, we cover the 20 most popular Gacha games, and then at the end, the 5 least popular Gacha games. That way, you know which games are doing exceptionally well and which ones are about to shut down. Now let's jump in and see how things turned out. Trust me, you're not going to be disappointed. Let's start this off with Honkai Star Rail, which came in at number 1 with $91 million and 1.8 million downloads. Once again, showcasing its popularity in the genre. Coming in at number 2 is Genshin Impact with $53 million, $23 million of which is global only, first time for the game, and 2.3 million downloads, which makes sense because coming patches are going to be very big. Naruto Mobile comes in at number 3 with an overwhelming $47 million and 1.4 million downloads. This is a Chinese exclusive and is a top 3 contender, which is crazy. I couldn't imagine how well this would do globally and with Japanese players spending as well. Arknights, yeah. Arknights broke into the top 5 for what seems like the very first time since I began doing these videos roughly a year ago, coming in at number 4 with $44.6 million and 320,000 downloads. That is absolutely crazy. $44 million. This is something I never expected Arknights to ever be able to achieve. Number 5 belongs to Solo Leveling Arise, which managed to make an enormous $41 million and 12 million downloads. Netmarble proved that Gacha games adapted from popular IPs can evidently still do pretty well. Whether it can maintain that kind of revenue long term remains another thing altogether. It is also worth noting here that the game made over $100 million combining PC and mobile revenue. So evidently it makes more on PC than on mobile, which is pretty rare. The number 6 spot belongs to Love and Deep Space, which managed to earn $33.6 million and 695,000 new downloads, most of which was from China, who typically hate males, so this is actually kind of surprising to me. And that is it for Gacha games that made over $30 million, which is incredibly good. 6 Gacha games made over $30 million. Typically there's like 2 or 3. Wuthering Waves comes in at number 7 with $26.8 million. It's worth noting that this accounts for only a single week's worth of revenue due to this launching towards the end of May. We will have a much better view of revenue when June's earnings are revealed. But given Yinland's release crashed their entire payment server, yeah, it's a safe bet to assume that the revenue is kind of going to be off the charts. NIKKE takes the number 8 spot with $21 million and 300,000 downloads, proving that the small dip to 12 million just 4 months ago was of absolutely no concern whatsoever, as the game is back on top. This marks every Gacha game that has accumulated over $20 million within the last month. Yeah, there were a grand total of 8 games that made over $20 million, which is honestly not bad at all. This by no means means that other Gacha games are doing poorly. On the contrary, many Gacha games are still managing to accumulate millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, and are critical successes. Number 9 belongs to Fate Grand Order with $19.7 million and 130,000 new downloads. This game never seems to really dip below the $20 million average. Monster Strike within Japan alone managed to come in at number 10 with $17 million and 60,000 downloads. Before we discuss where the remainder of our gacha ended up though, allow me to thank our incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members. Your guys' support is why I can continue to make videos like this every single month, and I deeply appreciate you all being there for me. Raid Shadow Legends comes in at number 11 with $14 million and 400,000 downloads. Dragon Ball Legends comes in at number 12 with $13.4 million and 1.1 million downloads. Surprisingly, the majority of this was actually from global. Evidently, we over here love our Dragon Ball Z. I mean, I know I do. I grew up on this. Next at number 13 is Puzzle and Dragons with $12.6 million and 75,000 downloads. This is a 12-year-old gacha game, by the way. Securing number 14 is AFK Journey with $12 million and 70,000 downloads. Its third month has done incredibly well and continues to be a monumental success for Lilith. Reverse 1999 came in big in the last month at number 15 with $11.8 million and 300,000 downloads. This is the highest that Reverse 1999 has been since 2023. Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle comes in at number 16 with $11 million and 640,000 downloads. Number 17 was taken by none other than Summoner's War with $10 million and 100,000 downloads. It's surprising that their spin-off MMO did so poorly. Gacha and Idolmaster launched in Japan at number 18 with $10 million and 1.3 million downloads. This is a Japanese exclusive right now, and will probably remain so. Musume comes in at number 19 with $10 million and 30,000 downloads. This is the lowest 2-month period that it has ever been at, but I do predict that we will see a significant rise again soon. And finally, Blue Archive comes in at number 20 with $9.6 million and 270,000 downloads. This is actually the first time in 2 years that Blue Archive barely made the top 20. A few honorable mentions here. Azure Lane made $9 million. Snowbreak made almost $7 million after spending months at a couple 100,000. Both of these games are up 200, 300% over the course of the last month. And we have to include Tower of Fantasy, right? It has been quite the journey tracking its global mobile revenue. Now for the 5 worst performing gacha games. These are gacha games that could shut down any day now and should 100% be avoided. Beginning with number 1, Arkland, with a grand total of $10,000. Number 2, Higan Erithal, with $11,000. Devil May Cry Peak of Combat at number 3, with $13,800. Artery Gear Fusion at number 4, with $13,800 as well. And finally, at number 5, One Punch Man World, with a whopping $51,000. How fast this game died is mind-boggling to me. And that makes up the top 20 and the bottom 5 gacha games in terms of downloads and revenue for the last month. I'm sure some of you are as surprised as I am with a few of the games listed here today. It has been a fascinating month, honestly, and I can't wait for next month to see how the games, especially Wuthering Waves, continue to shift. Now, if none of these games are of any interest to you, absolutely no problem. I got you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now that might be more up your alley.